Want to know the pros and cons of buying a brand new home? You'll want to stick around and watch. If you find this content valuable, you'll want to hit subscribe and the bell notification so you don't miss future videos. Pro number 1, buying a brand new home means brand new. You don't have the deferred maintenance. You don't have to worry about what might be wrong with the house. In California, anyway, there is a regulation where new home builders are required to offer limited warranty. Their warranties of, every builder is different, but you should just get with the builder and find out about that. They may have warranty of what's in between the walls, that, if there's a plumbing leak or things like that, it may be covered up to certain years. But typically the structural warranty goes out up to 10 years. So you can't get much better than that, because when you're buying a resale, an existing home, literally once you take the key and you take possession of the house, goodbye. There is no seller coming back to fix anything for you. So brand new comes with a really long list of great perks. Pro number 2, it is customizable. Of course, depending on when you actually start talking to the builder, you might still be able to pick the type of flooring you want, the color scheme, or the type of carpet, the cabinet color, the countertop, so on and so forth. Now, I want to caution you, typically those customizable features are what we call upgrades, which means you got to go to their design center, and from there you will be paying for the extra upgrades. So let's say your entry price, the ticket price that you thought you were buying at $750, after the upgrades it may be another $50,000, depending on what you pick, right? I mean, you have control of that, but the pricing of what you're upgrading is going to show up and it's going to get added back to the purchase price. So let's say $750 was the price out the door with the basic stuff, and you went to the design center and you get all these upgrades. Well, that's another $50,000. So now your purchase price is what? $800,000. That's correct. Okay. So be aware of what options are available that is basic and what options would be considered upgrades. Pro number 3. The homes are energy efficient. When you're buying a brand new home, there are new construction codes and all of those things that are required. You're going to get the dual pane windows. You're going to have the current type of insulation in the roof, between the walls, and so on and so forth. So the house is designed to be energy efficient. The other thing that I've seen, because I've walked a lot of new homes lately, I'm serving multiple buyers who are shopping in the new home arena, right? All the way from American Canyon, Vallejo, Fairfield, Vacaville. And there are multiple builders just even in one same city or even one development community. In addition to the energy efficiency, many of these new homes have smart home features, the video doorbell, the digital thermostat, and you can use the smart app. You can control the whole house with your phone. So there are a lot of those features that are offered in the brand new homes that don't necessarily exist in the resale home unless the previous seller spent money and updated the home to have those things. Now let's talk about the cons. What might be in the challenging area when you're buying a new home, okay? First of all, it may take longer. Usually, again, it all depends on the timing of when you walk into the sales office and whether the home is ready or not, okay? It could take 2 to 3 months out for the build to be complete for the specific property that you're buying, right? With the lot size and so on and so forth. So you got to be able to float around that, because usually the financing doesn't begin right away. They cannot lock the rate. Let's say it was 3 months out. They may need to, I've seen different builders do things differently, but it could be 2 months before closing before they can actually lock the rate. So those are the details you need to find out. And your realtor, who should have been accompanying you should be able to help you ask a lot of these questions as well. You got to be in a position to be able to wait it out, because it's going to take longer. A typical home, you might be looking at, studs just going up or walls are just going up. So it has to work with your situation. Con number 2, limited negotiating power. You are talking to the builder who's trying to get the homes closed out, and they're in the business to be profitable, right? So you might be able to negotiate, especially if you're working with a realtor, and I don't know why you would not, because the realtor can really get to the meat of the financing structure, the package and all that stuff that you probably wouldn't know to ask, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've done this a few times this year, and it's much easier to just have me talk to the builder and really update my clients on like what's the most concession or seller's credit that they're going to be able to get. So with that, usually there's already a preset range of numbers, whether it's a builder's credit back to the buyer, they can use it to buy down the rate, they can use it to get the design upgrade, they can use it to purchase the solar, because here's the thing, all new homes in California now are required to have the solars installed. So it's just a question of who's paying for the solar, right? Some builder will give you some partial credit for that. Some builder will build it in as part of their seller credit to the buyer. And sometimes the buyer would just have to finance it and pay for it and add the price of the solar into the purchase of the home. I hope all of that makes sense to you. In summary, there are pros and cons to everything, whether you're buying brand new homes or existing homes, right? But now I hope this has given you some insight as to, whether buying a new home makes sense to you. We are in shortage nationwide of inventory, so buying a new home is a great solution for many families, and there's a lot more activity there now. At least I've been experiencing it. The thing that you want to think about is 2 things, okay? You have to work with the in-house lender, the preferred lender that the builder is working with, for you to get these breaks, these seller's credit. If you go to regular lenders who don't work with them, they can't beat, what the in-house lender could do. So that's the one thing. So you just got to be ready for that. The second thing, please, when you go look at the new home, bring your realtor with you. It's really important because your realtor needs to be present. For most builders, your realtor needs to walk in with you, register with you, for your realtor to be able to represent you. Yes, the realtor gets paid. I don't think any of you work for free, but if you have a great realtor working with you, they're going to do their best to really represent you, ask the hard questions for you, update you, answer your questions. You could watch this testimonial from my last client who bought a new home. It's just not something a regular person would do normally. So you want to rely on the expert to be able to go in there and really be the interface and really, get the most credit that's available for you. I can promise you won't know how to ask that, because it's just not something you normally do. So I hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching. Feel free to email me with any additional questions you have.